The beauty of having to do rod bearings on the S85 and the S65, but this is for the V10 obviously. This box here, $1,183 and like 16 cents. From ECS Tuning, let's take a look. So there's a bunch of different kits from different companies, like Turner Motorsports is one, and a bunch of others that'll give you like different things while you're doing this job. So I mean, while you're doing the rod bearings, you can replace the Vanos lines, you can do engine mounts and all sorts of other stuff. But my friend Robin recommended me to this BMW master technician. He's gonna be who's doing my bearings, and I just asked him straight up. I was like, well, what do you want me to get? Like, what do you recommend me doing? So everything he said is in this box. 9 quarts of oil, obviously. The kit included the Castrol Edge. I wish it would have came with liquid moly because that's usually what I use, but that's fine. 2 liters of power steering fluid, CHF 11S, 2 of them. Most importantly, obviously, the bearings, there'll be 20 of them. Oil filter, bearing bolts, big bag of them. Comes with assembly lube. The kit itself comes with an oil pan gasket. Oh gosh. Oil level sensor ring. This was $1.95. Pocket change. ECS tuning sticker. This was 20. No, I'm just kidding. It comes with it. The kit itself comes with a new drain plug, and then for extra transmission oil pump gaskets. This was like $15.42 for this little thing. But whatever. That's everything he told me to get, and that's everything that's going to be installed on the car. So I actually found the entire invoice here broken down just to make it easier to understand. So the basic ECS tuning kit for the WPC coated bearings, $1,103. So again, that includes the oil pan gasket, the bearings, the oil drain plug, the bolts, the oil filter, the oil itself, the oil change sticker, the assembly lube. Then the stuff that I got on extra was the transmission oil pump gasket, $15. Oil level sensor ring, $1.95. And then the power steering, 2 of them at $18.69. And unfortunately, I paid for expedited shipping, which was $24. I didn't have to because it ended up not even getting here in the 2 days. So all total, $1,183.30. So that was filmed 7 months ago. The plan was to show you guys underneath the car so you get an idea of what the job looked like. But my buddy did it so fast that by the time I got over there, he was already completely done. So that kind of goes to show that this job is not as big of a deal as people make it seem. You don't have to remove the engine. It's not like a 20-hour labor job. He sent me a text at 10 in the morning saying, hey man, I'm going to get started on it. And I was like, you know, show up maybe around 2. Hopefully he'll have it all taken apart and I can start filming and stuff. Well, I get a text at 2:30 saying, hey man, car's put back together. I'm about to start it. I was like, what? That was fast. So any shop that's done a bunch of them, they're going to be able to fly through it, and it's really not that big of a deal. So the cheapest quote I've ever seen from an actual shop is $2,500, so $1,300 in labor and then $1,200 in parts, as you just saw. So let's take a look at the bearings. And here we go. We got 4 out of the 10 here. These are the best looking ones. So the shinier the better. Basically, you want to pretend you're like an Olympic gold medalist. The more gold, you're in first place, baby. So this is Trinidad James, right? I'm kidding. This is not what you want your bearings to look like. I brought these just to show you. This is not out of a BMW. This is out of a truck that actually did spin a bearing. And we're going to place this one full of copper right next to mine. As you can see, this is the S85 V10, my car, 115,000 miles on the original engine, not a trace of copper. That you see there, that's rust. Unfortunately, I left these in a bag after washing them, and they were all jumbled up, and they kind of got some rust on them. But this is a very clean example for the mileage, and that's for reference. These are bearings that are toast. This is not what you want your bearings to look like. All the way down to the copper, that is not a good thing. So I was actually really impressed with how mine came out. Even my buddy that did them. I mean, I've seen some on like Facebook and Instagram forums and stuff. I've seen a lot pulled at like 60, 70,000 miles that were just completely the bad example that I showed you, just all copper. Some people say that it's the 10W60 that BMW recommends being the issue. I just want to say that the 10W60 has been in my car its entire life. The previous owner, myself, I've seen some buddies have 140 on the originals using 10W60. There's one guy at this shop who's got 180,000 on his original bearings. So it's crazy how hit or miss it is with these cars. And at this point, the cars are so cheap. You know, you can find a decent one for 17 grand. Just go ahead and budget that 2,500. Get them done. Get that peace of mind. and you're still under 20 grand, you've got a great car, like overall sweet package, you know, luxury, performance, comfort. And you know, I'm glad I got it done. Now I can drive the car like it's meant to be driven, because I'll admit I was a little worried at 100,000 105,000 miles. You know, I wasn't really redlining it and stuff. I wish I hadn't done it, because I could use that money on other stuff right now, but I'm glad it's done. Some people asked me if the bearing material changed. I guess they thought in like 2008 BMW changed it. So no, all years of the E60 M5s use the same bearing material, lead and copper. But in the 2011 and up M3, that's what people are thinking of. That's when they switch to tin and aluminum, at which point you do the Blackstone Labs oil test analysis, and you're not going to be able to see if your bearings are really wearing. Obviously, I did for my car, and they came back clean. I even checked the oil filters, looking for sparkles and stuff when I was changing the oil. As you can see why the tests were clean. But some people said that their tests were clean, and then when they changed their bearings, they were like completely toast. So I wouldn't necessarily go by that. I would just, you know that this is an issue. You've heard the horror stories. Just go ahead and get them done for peace of mind. And for those that like to talk crap about it, I mean, yeah, BMW should have figured this out during testing. I mean, I hate that it's gotten as bad of a reputation as it has. I mean, it's good for us because it's made the car depreciate so much and people like me can have fun with it. But just know, you know, a lot of these high horsepower cars are going to have issues like that. The C63 with the 6.2 liter V8, that entire AMG lineup, you know, they had head bolt issues up until 2011. And the C6 Z06, the LS7, that had like valve issues and stuff. So, you know, it's just one of those things. You know about it, get it fixed, and then enjoy the car. So that's what I did, and this was, like I said, 7 months ago I got these bearings done. Now I'm at 120, I think almost 121,000 miles, and I'm still loving this car. So any questions, let me know. I'll see you on the next video.